Welcome to this video about metrics and how they can improve your performance. Today I'm going to focus on two areas. The first one is our overall metrics and how they will help you measure and manage your flow of work. And the second one is going to dive deeply into one of these reports called the performance tuning, where I will show you how to make better decisions based on actual data. Let's get started. So let's take a look at the metrics menu and all the questions it answers at a glance. The first one is around allocation, just by visualizing the colorful labels you use to represent your types of works. Then we dive into cycle time to show you how long it actually takes for your work to get completed. Then flow efficiency with a clear percentage of how efficient you truly are at moving your work across this board. We dive deeper into your flow by showing you exactly where you are in terms of all the cards currently in play on your board and which stage of your flow they're in. The next three are all connected. So the first one is around how much work we receive versus how much work we complete, which is your throughput, and how much work we abandon. Luckily here, it says no recent data because I haven't abandoned any work in this time period. And lastly, the big one, performance tuning. So this is the one where you can actually continuously find ways to keep improving your process and getting better. So let's dive deeper into these metrics. So here we are inside the performance tuning report. And what I've done here is I extended the date range to be since the beginning of the year, so we get more data. And what I'm showing you is your board, your process, same as you would have it from start to finish. What you see is blue columns first, which are your to-do columns, followed by yellow columns, which are your in-progress column, and some orange columns, which are your buffer or waiting columns. But now you're seeing them in terms of their average time or dwell time on this board. I'm actually going to switch this to show it now from average time high to low, and I'm going to remove the blue columns because I don't need them right now. And what this is showing me is which columns are causing me trouble. This is textbook. You will often run into the situation where you're trying to improve a team and your management is saying, hey, we need to go faster, and they offer up budget to hire a bunch of new developers. And this is where I would go, time out, let's look at the data, and let's make sure that we know where our bottleneck is and that we focus our investment in the right areas. Right now, I can tell you it has nothing to do with your developers. Your coding is going fine. At 2 days on average, it's fine. What's really hurting this team is your UX. Look at the time spent in UX development in yellow columns, and then another one here in terms of waiting for work to get into UX. The issue here has nothing to do with developers. In fact, if you added more developers, you would not go much faster and you would actually not resolve the situation. Adding one more UX designer or looking at better ways in working in your UX side is where you would get the bigger benefit. So this is why we love column metrics. It's very insightful because it forces you to really look at actual data and pinpointing where you could make these improvements. Now, if you scroll, you'll notice that we can get into the board metrics. Here, I'm going to put back my blues so the numbers look more complete. And in the board metrics, I have the lead time, which is what the customer experiences in terms of waiting for work to get completed, versus the cycle time, which is what it takes internally for us to develop the work. Now, the reason these are important is all your metrics are right here. So the first two, right? How long does it take the customer versus how long does it take internally? And as you can see, there's a 3-day average difference here. So there could be room for improvement in what's happening outside of our team. But then the next three metrics are very important. We've mentioned them already, and it's the throughput versus the arrival time versus the abandoned effort. And previously I had 0 abandoned effort, but now I have some because I extended my date range. And as you can see, this is a disaster. I develop 1 card per day. I create close to 2 a day. But my biggest problem is I'm actually abandoning, which means I'm starting work, but instead of completing it, I give up or I change my mind. And this was killing our team. And we weren't aware of it until we built this report, which is why now we're down to 0 because we saw this data and we corrected our behavior. Our flow efficiency is here. It's not fantastic, but it's okay, right? It could be a little bit better. We have no blocking time, which is good, right? That's very positive. And this is how many cards we completed in this period. So this is why we build this report, is to give you really a good understanding of what's really going on at a column level, at a board level, and then visualizing from your customer's perspective and from your perspective how long your work is really taking. We believe that this is how you can find really great opportunities to improve your performance.